Welcome, welcome, welcome. Ziggy1X here with another Nier reincarnation video. And I wanted to talk about this new event briefly because it's actually difficult. And we've got 3 events running right now. We've got the variation, which these guys seem to be more difficult. We have the Sunset Port, which was good, a rerun, and we have this guy, Playful Seas. So these events are still going. They're going to be going on until, let's see, 7:31. 7:20. So this one ends pretty soon, and this one also ends on 7:20. So these 2 guys are going to be going on for another week, I want to say, another couple days, and this guy's going to be going on for a little while longer. But I wanted to talk about this guy. Actually, I want to talk about all 3 of these events real quickly, because here on the Quest 5, you'll notice that we have a reward. And that reward is this piece right here that I'm tapping on. It's how these pieces here are how we are awakening our EX characters. So if we go over here, actually I'll go over here to enhance, I'll show you what I mean. This is going to be the way we're getting these pieces. And I think these are great because I still think EX characters are amazing, in part now because of ability that we used to completely ignore, which is their innate elemental resistance to their elemental opposite. So let's jump on over here. We got Lavania, who's the one I'm leveling up or awakening. And we can see I just unlocked my level 3, which is defense plus 15%. Now, his next one is going to get him his stats fully awakened plus 30%. I'm actually not sure if I'm going to go for this. Light damage taken down by 5%. It's kind of cool, but it's also kind of, I may want to start dipping into my other EX characters to start boosting their stats, and that may be the direction I go. I'm not sure if I'm going to fully invest in debris for my EX characters. But let's go ahead and take a look over back here. Let's pull this guy up and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So the Luminous Guard, light damage taken down by 25%. Each of the EX characters have these guys. So this takes us to the current event. And this is why I'm using currently, whoops, story quest is not where I want to go. This is why in this guy I'm currently using Fio, because she has dark resistance plus 25%. And between this and the Dark Tower, Fio's been in my party a lot lately. She has been an MVP. But let's go through this party real quickly. I played around with some different situations, and this seems to be what I'm having absolutely 100% success with. I don't lose a character during this. If you do not have Celebratory Demios, there are other characters that I was slotting in. I actually played with other EX characters. I put in Saryu. I also put in Vanilla Jane. And I also put in regular old Rion, and regular old Rion actually did really well. So there's a lot of options for this guy, but the important thing that I'm using for this other slot, I've got Fio doing what Fio does. She does damage, and if things go really sideways with my other unit lineups, she's the last girl standing, and she just powers through it. I'm using Lars because of his character ability. It just does a ton of damage, and I'm using Celebratory Gale's weapon here because it does 2 very important things for this fight. It reduces the defense by 30%, which is a solid defense reduction, and it reduces the attack by 30%. And so this works in tandem with Celebratory Demios' character ability, which reduces the enemy's attack by 50%, and it also increases your party's defense by 50%. So that's something that's fired off at the beginning of the battle, and it lasts for 45 seconds. So what that does is, if you do have Celebratory Gunman, great. This battle is a cakewalk in large part because of him. If you have your EX Fio, this fight is a cakewalk in part because of her. And really, Lars can be any other character that does damage, that most importantly reduces attack, because this guy hits pretty hard. And I'm going to show you here. I'm going to slow this down, and let's take one more look at the weapons here. So I've got light damage up with Fio's offhand. I've got the event weapon, which I really don't need to have because I'm farming out the there's 3 tiers of tickets, and the 3rd tier takes a lot more time to get the tickets for than the 1st tier. Basically, you're repeating the stage, I think it's 7 of the tickets of the 1st tier before you even clear out stage 3 of the 3rd tier. So you really don't need the bonus weapon in here, but it's cool and I like equipping it. I've got the Nier Automata weapon in there and 2 Ps. And that's really it. I've got also Demios with the healing gun. This guy right here. 20% recovery for all allies. And then this guy right here increases your defense, which really isn't super important, but it increases Demios's defense for by 9%. What's important is that it's a 4-shot, so it's chaining. And he also gets the pursuit bonus from this guy as well. What else is there? I'm also putting the healing companion in the 1st slot because I like getting that heal right off the bat, and then I'm putting the attack up in the 2nd slot for the companions. So without any further ado, let's just jump into this real quickly. I'll show you a battle with this lineup just to show you how successful it is. I'll keep it sped up, but let's just watch this guy real quickly. So this guy jumps in here. He does his thing, or she actually does her thing because she's a clone of Noelle's Dark Secrets. So we got Demios firing off here, and you'll see these abilities charging up. Lars bringing down the defense, and then next he's going to bring down the attack. This is going to overlap with Demios' ability, so we should mostly have attack down up throughout this entire battle. But you'll notice these guys, I mean, they got hurt. So Demios heals, and then Companion heals. So that brings him back up a little bit. But you'll notice that right off the bat, this guy is pumping out, this girl is pumping out some damage. She's really going after Lars. Okay, so that was Lars' ability. All right. Theo's gonna finish this off. And character ability. Oh, wow. All right, there we go. Finish him off. And you'll notice that Theo heals up to full after she uses her character ability. She's super tanky. She's super durable in large part because of that character ability. That was actually a bad run. It usually doesn't go quite that far. But this entire time I've been using this setup, I haven't lost a single character in a fight. So it's a very reliable setup. Another way to do this is if you have EX Saryu. She works very well for this. I don't know if everybody has her. She is a great character, but let's just switch over real quickly to, I don't know, let's switch over to Rion. Everybody's got Rion. He's been here since the beginning. And let's just see how it goes. I'm not even going to change out his equipment. I'm just going to keep him with Demios' equipment. So let's see what happens here. He should be doing a few things. He should be reducing the attack of the enemy with his character ability, which is very important. And he'll be healing with Demios' gun. So we won't be getting... It'll probably be Theo, last girl standing in this fight, because I didn't optimize Rion, but let's just see how it goes. Hopefully I don't lose this fight while I'm streaming this live, pre-recorded. You know what I'm saying. All right, so we're gonna get a heal off here. We're gonna get a companion firing off. Boom, all right. So that healed people up a little bit. Yeah, we're going to lose Rion here very soon. Let's see if Lars can get his ability fired off. Ooh, boy. Boy, that does so much damage. All right, so we did lose Rion, but you can see that even with Rion not being optimized, he still was able to do what he did. Let's go back and throw in EX Saryu. And I have all these characters, by the way, up to 66% on their Mythic slot board. There's really no excuse at this point, if you've been playing the game, to not have the characters that you use mainly up to that point. All right, let's see what Saryu does coming in here swinging. So there's a couple different ways to do this, but again, this is the most consistent way that I found, is that you have the Theo, the EX Theo, if you have her, just because she just doesn't die in this fight. I've never lost her. Lars, great damage dealer, but again, you can throw in another damage dealer, whether it be Noelle or whether it be Gale or someone along those lines. And you just go for it. Now, if Saryu can survive till her character ability, then she will fire off another big girl heal with that. Okay. Going. All right, Saryu, you gonna get this off? Gonna swing this? Yeah, there we go. Here it comes. Boom. All right. So that brings us up. Saryu's great for this because she's got a great heal. Getting back onto things with the banner, I haven't really gone into any detail about that. Either you can pull for the units or you can't. They are all good units for what they do. I think that the second banner that just came out with Mokujo and Saryu is the better of the two banners. I think that those two units are going to be more broadly applicable in the game since most of the game is PvE content. I think that Saryu is just amazing because she also has the 30% heal with the defense buff, and she is a really solid unit. Again, this becomes an issue where I'm running into where I'm just not going to be pulling as deeply into the limited banners because I don't have the resources to do so, and with the awakenings being a factor and us having no way of awakening limited units outside of actual duplicate copies, which I again do believe will change sooner than later maybe, but it will be something that changes. I just don't see the need to chase these units right now. They're great. Mokujo is a powerhouse. Saryu is a powerhouse in a completely different way. I would rather just at this point build my units. I even brought in 3-star Griff into that fight and just to test out what his defense down would do. He worked all right. There's probably a world where you could bring in all 3-star units into this, but you would actually have to take it off auto and time it. And I'm lazy. When I play this game, I want to be able to set auto and done. So this event is important to finish though if you can get the quest 5, because again, this is these quest 5s on the EX hard are the only place right now where we can get that rare awakening material for the EX characters. We've been giving out 3 so far. I've dumped all 3 of them into Livonia. I do think it's important to be continuing to level up our EX characters if we can, so definitely go for it. As you can see in this fight that I just showed you here, Theo is my MVP. Again, she was my MVP in the Dark Tower. She's my MVP in this. When we get these variation fights, remember the variation blazing fire flower was another one that just knocked me off my feet because it was considerably harder than most of the other content. So I think that every time we get one of these variation fights, we're going to be in for a difficult fight like this. I hope that everybody's having a good time with this event though. I'm currently all tapped out on the first one. On the second one, I'm at stage 6. Let's do a summon here real quickly while I'm yapping. And as soon as I'm cleared out, I want that black pearl on the gold summons for this guy. So I'm going to continue farming it pretty hard until I get that, but I am almost done with it. So how far are we into this? Yeah, we'll do one more 500 and I'll be looking for one more of those weapon enhancements. So that's about all I've got on this guy. Well, I think we got it. Let's see if we can back out. Boom. All right, level up. We are on to the final stage of the silver tickets. Let's see what this looks like. What are we getting? Great. More mythic slabs. I've got 1,577 of the large and 2,100 of the medium. So I'm doing pretty well for mythic slabs. This guy, getting pretty close to finishing it. That's where my black pearl is. That's my goal for this. I really need those black pearls right now. Because of the events we've been doing, I got a ton of advanced handbooks. I actually haven't spent any of those because I'm just kind of seeing where things go. I think we're going to be getting the return of the anniversary banners as soon as next week. We are going to be getting the new story this coming week, and it's going to be dropping 2 new EX characters. So when we go over here, we're going to see these guys with 2+2. And I wonder who it's going to be. I know who one of them is going to be. I don't know who the second one's going to be though. So that will be exciting. I've got 12 Zenith Brilliance stored away right now, just waiting for the possibility that one of these new EX characters is going to be amazing. If not, I don't know who I'm going to sink it into. I've got my loadout right here. There's my roster of my EX characters. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So doing pretty well there. All of them are max level because of the new, warfare text. So yeah, the count progression's coming along very nicely. Arena did very well this week because I actually tried. I ended at rank 53, or 51, I think. So not quite top 50, but I wasn't going to stay up all night pushing it. I just basically did it before I turned into bed. I'm on the East Coast, so I'm not going to wait up an extra 3 hours with everybody else who's on the West Coast to do it. You get the drill. So yeah, it's doing pretty well. People aren't putting up their defenses or putting up their weak defenses because, hey, why not? So yeah, I hope everybody's enjoying this event. I'm not going to let this drag on any longer. The summons, go for them if you can. If you really like the costumes, I'm never going to say don't go for them. What I am going to say, though, is that we do probably have anniversary characters coming back. So Celeb Gale, Anniversary, Demios, and a couple of these other guys that are just really, really good. And if I could get a few more awakenings on Gale and Demios, I actually think I'll go for that. I think that'll be a really good investment. Demios especially has been showing up to be one of my most used units. So if he does return on these banners, I highly recommend going for him. He is just such a broadly used character, and I am so glad I got lucky enough to pull him when he came around the first time. So I hope everybody's having a great time playing the game. I'm going to wrap this up right now, and leave comments below. I've been actually seeing some new subscribers pop onto the channel. I've been very, very grateful for the feedback and those extra couple subscribers. I am growing a little bit, which is cool. I wasn't sure what to expect when I started this, so I just want to thank everybody who has subscribed, and thank you all for taking part in the conversation. I don't know if any of you are coming over from Reddit or from Facebook where I've been posting, but there are Nier groups on both Reddit and Facebook if anyone watching this video is unaware of those. They're good communities to be a part of, and so I would highly recommend that. I would also recommend the other streamers who are taking, or YouTubers who are taking this, challenging the Nier content and making content about it, Cabbage being one of them. And there's a few others who just have been very positive. I think Farplane was another one. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna feel like a complete putz for not remembering these guys, but you know what? I'm not going to feel like a complete putz, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to the YouTubes. And wow, I've got bells ringing. Okay. Young Geeses. Cool, cool. All right, so there's a few other things going on over here. Anyways, I think this is all very, very good stuff. I'm very grateful for everybody's input here, and I don't know how to use YouTube, so I'm just going to leave it here. Go back to Nier. I don't even know if I'm going to include all that crap, but if I do, now you've got a taste of what's going on behind the door, behind the curtain, under the hood of my channel. So peace out, guys. Have a great night. Take care. See you in the next video.